I keep her here anyway. In fact, I got a phone call from Dr. Stockton, our superintendent, yesterday, and he said, do you happen to have yearbooks from 1980s when the school opened? And I said, I don't know, but I'll find out. So I looked in our collection, and the earliest I had was 1988. So I told him, I said, you know what, I know the person who will have one. And of course, I asked her this morning, and she has them from the first year that the school opened, 1980. So she's going to bring those to me later. This award that Ms. Pessel gives each year is in memory of her son. I've been here 10 years, and one of the first connections that Linda and I made were she has a son that was killed by a drunk driver, and I have a brother that was killed by a drunk driver when I was in 4th grade, in fact. And he is the reason why I am in education today. So what I do is in his memory, serving all of these students. And what Ms. Pessel does in her son's memory is she presents an award each year to an outstanding student who has not had an easy road, but has fought for everything that they've achieved. So I'm going to turn it over to her at this time.
I'm the tall one. I didn't know I was so old until I came here today. And I looked around at her. Well, 30 years I worked in this building. And it's so good to see so many parents now that were here when I was here. So it was good seeing all of you and seeing your kiddos. This is difficult for me. Our family's had a real rough week. The family in Wimberley that's missing is my husband's family. And so we've had a very difficult week. And I will try to get through this because this is a lot of emotion for me. Boys and girls, my son started here at San Jacinto, and bless his heart, he struggled. And I know some of you have done the same thing. He had to work very hard for his grades. And I can't tell you how many times I walked out that back door and I wondered what would ever happen to my son, because he just was not a strong academic student. And I know some of you have probably felt that same way. When he left San Jacinto and went on to the 5th grade, we started noticing a change in him. And he started doing better in school. And by the time he got to Conroe High School, he was an A, B student. He graduated from Conroe High School in the top 10% of his class. Awesome. He went on to San Houston State University, where he received several degrees, and then he went back and he got his MBA, his master's degree. And I was listening to some of you who were doing the writing, and I thought, oh my goodness. He had to write a paper. All of the major universities in the Southwest region competed, and he had to write a paper for his master's, was in economics, and tell why a company or what they could or couldn't do to improve themselves to make them be better. And his paper won. Against all of the major universities, his paper won. So he left San Jacinto with us crying and wondering, oh my goodness, what was going to happen here? And to go on and graduate from college with his MBA at the top of his class. Now, you can do it too. You can do it too. Don't ever give up. And parents, don't give up on them, because it's you standing behind them, pushing them, helping them, getting them there. And don't ever let them give up on themselves. On January the 21st in 2004, my son was killed by a drunk driver. And this is my other message to you. I don't care if it's your mother, your daddy, grandpa, grandma, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, your very best friend. Don't ever get in a car with someone who's been drinking. And as fourth graders, you're old enough to know when somebody who's been drinking are not able to drive a car. You're old enough to know that now. And if you have to call 911 and have the police come and pick you up, they will come. They will come. One year when I was here at San Jacinto, we had a student call 911 to bring her to school, and they brought her. So don't ever think that you can't call the police for help, because you can. But please don't ever get into a car with someone that's drinking. Your life is far too valuable for that. And if they don't appreciate that, you need to think about it and take care of it yourself. Okay? So just remember that you can go, do whatever you want to in this world. The world belongs to you. And you can also protect yourself by saying no and not getting in that car. And when you get old enough to drive, you remember this day and know that you don't want your family to have to live the life we've had to live without our son. Today, my daughter, which most of you know, Mrs. Brown, wanted to be here so bad and give this award herself. But she's a counselor now in Magnolia School District, and she was unable to be here. So on her behalf and the rest of my family, it's with honor, because I know this family, and I was just beside myself, and so was she when we found out who had won it this year. And it just delights my heart. So for the most outstanding achievement for a student in fourth grade this year goes to Hannah Martinez.
Awesome! She about to cry. Watch it.
I remember when she came in and she was just a baby. She has the sweetest parents, and I love that family, so I'm so glad that she won it this year. And Hannah, your name will... Mama, I'd be proud to you. Hannah, your name is on this board and will hang in the front office.
Awesome!
Thank you, Ms. Petrel. This does conclude our award ceremony this morning. I want all of our fourth graders to know how proud of you we are. You are a great group of kids, and I expect to see great things from you, because you know I go to all community pre-graduations, so I check off everyone that's there, so you have to be there when it's your time, all right? I hope y'all have a great, safe summer, and they still have 4 more days of school. But just know that we love y'all very much, and we will miss y'all. At this time, teachers, parents, if you would please allow the teachers to walk all the children back.